Well, I'm down here in deepest Devon with fabulous weather, blue skies, at a fishery complex called Anglers Paradise. It's owned and run by Zyg Gregoreks and his family. It's a huge complex, 30 odd lakes, can you believe, a huge amount of land. You almost need multi-map to find your way around some of these lakes. But we're going to go down here and hopefully on one of the smaller lakes show you a method so simple it's hard to believe. In fact, I don't expect you will believe it. See what we can do. Well, when you get on some of these waters that are stocked well with carp, you know, a lot of anglers in the middle of the day, they've got the heat of the sun, and who can blame them for, you know, laying down and resting? But you're going to miss out on some fish there. And one of the ways to get fish up on the surface from the bottom is to use an attractant. I use two types of attractant. Just plain floating bread, that's dead simple. Something slightly different though is particles of bran. Now you can get dry bran from any of the horse feed suppliers or wholesalers. Lots and lots of little particles. Mixed wet, obviously it sinks. But if you put it in dry, it spreads out on a film on the surface, right across the surface. And that does two things. It attracts the small fish, rudd, roach, anything like that come up and start nibbling. They get confident on these small pieces. And then that action, if you like, that activity, the feeding activity there, that's going to draw up the carp. So even though it's hot and still and they're sort of a bit dozy and sleeping in the sun, they're still going to eat and they come up and look on the surface. The first thing I do when I arrive, I put some brown out, I break up some white bread flake, and then we get some scattered on the surface so you get the small fish feeding. So another little tip worth noting, just plain white sliced bread for the attractant. So you're going to break it up in small little pieces like this. Just little sort of what I call thumbnail size flakes. But with sliced bread, if you peel that back, you see you've got a nice piece of crust there. Look, really nice piece of crust. And you can use these for hook bait. So keep the crust back and just you break up the flake and throw that in the water, which will start those small fry nibbling. And that's what we're hopefully going to show you can catch carp. All you guys have obviously read in the magazines, all the articles, how you must use a complicated rig to catch carp. I don't think so, not all the time. If you want fun fish, there's only one thing you need. It's one of these, and we've all got one, a fish hook. The first way I start, when I told you about using these edges of crusts off the soft bread, the sliced bread, just snip it with a pair of scissors. If you break it with your nails, it tends to damage all the edges, right? So I do this with a small, this is like a size 10 hook. Straight through once, and I'm just very slightly compressing that bread. Turn the hook, twist, just bury it in there. Now here's the tip, a little bit of soft bread there to stop it coming off the hook. That's the squeeze point, just there. That's pinched it, you can just see it in there. That holds you, because you're not going to cast it too far. Now if you want to go for bigger fish and you want to cast farther, you're going to use a bigger piece of crust, and the sliced bread, this will actually break up. Buy yourself one of these loaves, you know, a nice big crusty, very good for sandwiches, but I'm not using them for that. Get a pair of scissors, you get a much neater edge to it. Cutting it with scissors and cut them into cubes. Quite chunky cubes, you can see. A lot of fluff on it. Then take your hook. This one can be up to a size 2 because you're looking for bigger carp and you're carrying a bigger bait. Always, I find, go through the white fluffy bit first, out, bring the point out on the other side of the crust, turn it, twist it, just bury it. That's it, just bury it, just leave it like that. Same thing, get a little bit of the doughy mixture, just squeeze it round. It's not so much to cover that hook shank, I'm not bothered about that. It's to give you a gripping point. And the other thing you can do, if you want extra casting weight, that'll cast quite a long way. You just dunk it once in the water, it soaks up the water, and you'll get at least one, maybe 2 casts out of this solid crust bread, more so than you will with a sliced bread. I would say sliced bread, close range, big chunky crusty bread, long range. What about that for a first cast? That's not bad, is it? Thank God for barbless hooks, no damage. It's all out, done. That fish took in the margins, I guess, whoa, about £5. That took, I can't tell you, 60 seconds. We weren't even geared up for filming really, we were still talking about bait. Up she comes, and trust me folks, I think there's more to come. Well, there are occasions through the day that you don't want to use bread, you don't want to use crust, you want to use something that's going to cast a little bit further still. Now you can use, dead simple, dog biscuits. Just pedigree chum, plain mixers, no flavours, no nothing. I don't put anything on them. But if you soak them for about 20 minutes, you get a totally different creature. They expand about 3 times the size, beautiful for the carp, and look how spongy and squishy and squodgy they are. They're just like a piece of sponge, so you can thread them on the hook singly, or you can use them like a daisy chain of about 3, like that. But the main thing is they're spongy, don't over soak them, and there you go. And we're going to catch fish on them, trust me, they're brilliant. Now here's a situation occurring I told you about early on. Because it's hot and it's calm, blue skies, very bright, the carp now are right under the edges of those marginal bushes over there. They only stick out from the undergrowth about a foot, a little bit of shelter, but it gives them confidence to feed. And I've been throwing out these mixers and they've drifted right up underneath the bush. I'm now going to put one on the hook, and I bet you if I can get one under that bush to drift under there, I'm going to get a take. Just get a single mixer, take the point through, roll it around the bend, and it just sits there. It just hangs just like that. Get it. Another nice one, and that was from under the bushes. You might have noticed I'm not too colour coordinated. I've got no greens or browns. It doesn't seem to matter, I don't think anyway. I don't think fish see colour, I think they see movement. And I think that's been proved today because there's other guys around the lake and we haven't seen one fish caught yet. I'm after a bigger one of course, but I have no problem catching these all day long. Away you go, chum. Beautiful. Now here's something different. I'm trying to keep quiet, even though I've got yellow on. I don't think they can see it, but they can certainly see movement. During the heat of the day, they drift in tight to the margins for shade, rushes, anything like that, under lily pads. So you've got to look for them. Use polarising glasses. Just get your bread. No casting. It's a bit of jungle undergrowth. This one's a sort of bit of Amazon fishing. Hear that? That's a carp in the margins. I'm going to try and lower on one of these and see if we can catch one. He's in the rushes, he's in the rushes. Come on, come out. Come out. Come out. Oh, he's gone back in again. I love this jungle fishing sometimes. Come out. Oh, it's squeaking and squeaking. It's not a bad fish actually. Come on. Oh, yes please, yes please, yes please, yes please. Get in my son. Oh, that's not bad fish. Well, we already caught those carp before, and just by looking around the margins, I've picked off one that's bigger than even I thought it was. I'm out of breath now. The old adrenaline's going. It doesn't matter how big the fish are. It's, to me, it's that take. It's seeing the bait go when you're floater fishing. And that one, I'll bring him up for you. That's not bad, is it? That's not bad. Not a monster. I should say about 9 pounds or so. But what a beauty and what a position to catch it in. Just when you think it's all over, it ain't. I'll tell you, that was a fish of the day for me. That was a really, really good bit of jungle fishing. Away you go. Beautiful. Does freelining work? Yeah, I think so.